Welcome to Aussie Bush Block Story. So I'm up to the front section, so having a little bit of a break from the steel cladding because I've got to come and try and sort of seal things up a little bit more and get it tidied up and to get ready for plaster and all that kind of jazz. So I'm up here on the north gable above the girls' rooms. I'm actually doing it in what's called James Hardie Axon, which is a cement sheet, compressed sheet product. So it'll run vertically in the sheets kind of run up and down, and there's a groove that runs vertically, and that'll go right down in this gable up here. So this gable runs from this corner here, where it's sort of where the corner of the garage on this section of wall here meets, goes right across to that to the valley. So because the two roofs join at the bottom of that point, so you've got the 15-degree pitch section of roof here, and then you've got the 30-degree pitch on that other section that comes down into it, and then there's a valley between that. So the water will come from both roofs and run down. And if you haven't seen my video on the starting the roof and getting the valley ready and all that kind of stuff, I'll put the link for that in the description below. So that all that water will run down, and it'll run to that bottom point over there, which is going to be the bottom of the valley, and the spouting will run across that point there. So I basically just need to cover in all of this. That's all ready for cappings and stuff as well for the roof. So that's what I'm starting today. Starting to frame up this up the top here. Yeah, once I'm satisfied that I've got it framed up right, then I'll paper it, and it'll be ready for cladding. Once that's all done, then I can actually do the eaves under here, right through, and then I can complete the cladding at the front here. So I'm just checking my clearances from the back of the fascia to the truss, just to make sure that I've got enough distance there to put my frame and my Axon cladding, which I do, which is good. Down that end it'll be a little bit tight, but I think I'll make it work. Yeah, so I've got to run some string lines out and put a sort of a bottom plate, I guess you'd say, out from underneath this last truss, and then yeah, then I can start running some uprights. So I put some string lines out. I've put a plate across the bottom there. Now I've put a plate against the wall, against the truss, and then I'm going to put a piece underneath. But what I can do is the piece that'll go underneath that block, or the plate that I've put up there, I can just move that out, in and out, nail it underneath to suit my string line. Means it'll be dead straight to suit my string line. Yeah, so if I move that in and out, I can just get that pinned in. Then that gives me basically a top plate, and then I can run studs down and noggins and stuff to suit the joins. So yeah, so the only issue with that is in the method that I've done is that you'll see here, so I've got this plate here, so I'm going to put a plate underneath that and move that in and out and nail it to suit my string line. The only issue with that is that it's actually, my plate will end up being down here as opposed to up here. So when I go to fix it, when I go to fix the Axon cladding with the nail gun, I'm going to be nailing down here instead of up here, which is no big deal. It's going to be easy to bog and sand and all that sort of stuff. But it's just got to, obviously when I go to nail it up, I'll probably have to put some marks in on my cladding, and then I'll get a pencil and just draw a line on the cladding where I've got to nail it, because I can't just kind of do it up underneath the fascia here. It's got to be specifically at that spot, otherwise I'm going to, every nail will miss. But that's no big deal, that's easy. I do that with the cladding anyway. I've got a mark on the cladding, the steel cladding, mark where that is with you'll see me do the chalk lines, and then screw on the chalk lines so my screw lines are straight. Doesn't matter about straightness here with the nails, because it all just gets bogged and sanded, but I want to make sure that my nails hit the plate and get nailed in correctly. So and at the time of filming this video today, we still haven't decided on a colour for this. So it's not going to be black, it's not going to be night sky. It'll be probably a grey. We'll figure that out, and it'll have to be figured out basically this week. Anyway, so I've got to get this top plate in. Right, I've made good progress today. just in a single day, I think I've done really well to basically get this whole gable end framed up and get the paper on. And I'd love to get a sheet in. What is it? It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe a little bit later, maybe 4:30. And I do have to duck away by probably about 6. I'll get a couple of sheets up maybe. Let's see how we go. I thought this was going to take me days to get this on, but you know, let's see how we go. Alright, that's it for me today. So I got almost a full day in, a bit less, maybe. But I had to disappear for a couple of hours in the middle of the day. So anyway, I'm happy with my progress though. Got all this gable end framed up, got it papered, and yeah, got one sheet on. That was a bit of a pain. Wasn't too bad getting it up there, I suppose. Just used a series of props. But what I found at the top of the fascia there was that I've given myself 10mm clearance, so I just used my ruler to give myself 10mm clearance. The sheets are 9mm, it's just a bit tight. So when you're kind of trying to get it up there and you're lifting this sheet that's, you know, 15-20 kilograms or something, it's quite difficult to try and manoeuvre it in there. So what I did is I just backed off a couple of the screws in the fascia, levered it out a little bit with a screw, and then I was able to get it in quite easily. I did realise though that a block behind the fascia was also stopping it from going up, so I got my hammer and sort of, you know, knocked a little section of the top of the board out. But one sheet down, quite a few to go. At least it'll get easier as I get to the bottom because they're not as long and not as awkward to lift. So yeah, I reckon I'll get this actually done tomorrow. I'll make sure I've got some bog there to fill these holes and stuff. Anyway. A quick shout out to one of my sponsors, unofficially, the Turbojet Oz. He's kind of been sending me the new models and all that sort of stuff. Awesome little blower. So this one's the one that's got the detachable battery. It's a bit like a gun clip, which is really cool. So you can kind of go like that. It's really cool. I don't have a gun, so anyway, I'm working on that. So I've got power on, and then you've got 3 different levels of power on the back there, and yeah, very powerful. The twistable, adjustable nozzles, so they don't fall off like the last model. So get the Pro because it's really good. Nozzles don't fall off. The other ones were magnet, and I like it because it's small, it's compact. When the battery's fully charged, I reckon I charged this a couple of weeks ago and haven't touched it, and it's still fully charged. So obviously a really good, what is it? Be a lithium. Oh no, it's 300 milliamp battery, so it lasts for a while. Anyway, I've just done all that cutting, so just wanna, you know, get all the dust off me. So I've used a mask, obviously, but it just gets on your clothes, on your shorts, and so yeah, put it on the highest power. So yeah, Turbojet Oz, get the Pro model. Awesome. So I'm trying to avoid having to buy another sheet. So I've worked out that I can actually use my offcuts for this last few little sections here. But what I do have to do, and what I've been doing here, is I'm just modifying this last board, it's a tongue and groove system. So the next sheet goes over that. So what I've done is the offcut from that, I'm using like that. So all I've got to do is modify this groove. So I've basically just got to cut a groove under it that'll butt into it. So I'm just basically reversing the rolls of each edge, and then obviously I'll glue it up and everything like that. But I just want to make sure that I'm, getting a nice tight joint. But I'm also, and what I'm doing too is I'm shortening one of these joints. I'm shortening it slightly, but you will not notice 5mm, 6mm millimeters. So it's just tightening it slightly. You'll never see it. So this is the Scion product, and it's Axon cladding, which comes in a 8x4 foot sheet, or 2400 by 1200 millimeters. And then you've got the bottom lap, and then you've got the top lap on the other end. Oh, this is snapped off because I dropped it on the ground. I'm basically going to sort of butt it up and then seal it up with the this Sikaflex glue that I'm using. It's like $25 a roll just for one tube, when normally, like, with no more gaps or something, you pay about, was it $4 or $5 a tube? This is $25 a tube, so it's really good quality product. It's a sealant, and it's an adhesive, and it's a polyurethane, so it's super, it's like Terps clean up, but yeah, super strong. So rightio. So that is all the Scion sheeting done up there, all the Axon, right down from the top up there, right down to the tip. And it's about to start raining, so I'm not going to obviously do much more out here at the minute. What I will do is probably just do if it's not going to bucket down, is I'll do all the Sikaflex all the Sikaflex in the join, just sort of tidy up the edges and stuff. So I'll bog this up another day, but at this stage it's all fixed in place, and I've had to look through the standard on how the fixing method for this, installation methods, and I've followed that. So yeah, so I'm just going to finish sealing it up. I'm pretty happy with my progress. This is only 2 days. This was from just a blank truss just sitting there. And I managed to get it all framed up to suit the cladding and to suit the eave, and paper it, and cut all the sheets, get it all fixed down and glued in place and everything in less than 2 days, because I've only really done half a day today, so a day and a half. So I'm pretty happy with that, because I've been a little bit kind of procrastinating and putting this job off. It's just because some of those bigger sheets were a little bit heavier. As you see, I sort of had to do a progressional lift. Couldn't just kind of get them up in one go, because it would have busted myself. So I sort of did them in a bit of a multi-lift just to do it safely. So anyway, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. It really kind of changes the look of the front of the facade. And I'll just navigate my way back through all this leftover iron, which will be the last bit of the cladding on the front here. Yeah, just have a look. I'm pretty happy with how it looks. So yeah, so you've kind of got the garage, which has got that black, got the black cladding, and then that kind of joins in with that. Sort of looks, I don't know, it looks a little bit unusual, doesn't it? But a little bit different. It's kind of hard because I can visualize stuff and I can see them in my head sort of before I do it, and all the different types of cladding and fixings and stuff like that. But until you actually get it up there, you don't know for sure the kind of look that it's going to give you. And obviously that's not painted, that's just the board, how it comes, that horrible creamy yellowy sort of colour. It's got a kind of a priming surface on it, ready to paint as it sits. So yeah, so it's kind of cool because you've got the cladding there. So under here, as I've said before, it'll be the same steel cladding through that whole front wall right to the garage. As of recording this video, I've just sent a wife the message, showed her the photo, said, done. It's almost ready for painting. What colour do you want? So I'm one of my 2 days out from painting it, and we don't have a colour for it. So we weren't 100% sure on the colour, but it is going to be a bit of a contrast to the black. You don't want to do black because it's just going to, it'll just look the same as what's there. So it will look different. It's got a different kind of finish. It's kind of similar, I suppose, but we want to do it in the lighter colour because it's going to just stand out a little bit more. So yeah, probably some sort of grey. Don't know. Haven't decided. But I do want to get it painted sooner rather than later, even if it's not till next week, because I would like to, once we've finished that section of roof and the flashing and the capping up there, I'll paint this, finish off that valley, and then all that scaffold can come down and be stacked out of the road. Just to kind of start to tidy up this up the front here. I've got to dig stormwater through and everything there, so it needs to all be kind of moved. Rock down there that I've got, it's a 40 mil kind of road base, like it's a recycled product. So it was, it's all bits of, so you've got like broken brick. You've got, looks like maybe some terracotta tile, roof tile or something. You've got normal stones. You've got concrete, just recycled concrete from jobs. You've got bluestone, and then you've got, what's that, like an old concrete, it looks like, really old concrete. Weird. And then more just kind of coloured concrete. So there's just a real mix of stuff through this road base. And what it was good for is binding into that dirt, because I've got to make the driveway 15 tonne rated. So this is going to firm, it's already, I've had prime movers and stuff in over this thing for 6 months, but super firm. You'll never get bogged in this, but I don't want to leave it like that. I'll put a skim of bluestone over the top because I don't want to leave that like that finish. But what I will do down there is, once I've moved that scaffold, I'll get the excavator in with the 800 mud bucket, and I'll drag some of that out. I'll probably, I don't know, might end up putting some of it down over there just to make the grounds not so sloppy around the house. But so I'll just have to move that out the road at some point. Thanks for watching again. Continue to please watch my videos, support me and subscribe and all that kind of hoo-ha. So thank you.